All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Raul Luna here from Sarasota, Florida on Luna Fires, episode 104. Hey, I got something super cool that I want to share with you guys. I'm going to be talking about, the hunted real estate deal. It's story time. I'm going to share a story and I want to show you here. This is the property that I'm going to be talking about. All right. It's the hunted deal. Okay, the hunted deal, and you guys may have heard this story in the past, maybe maybe not, but it's a property that we bought in Lodi, California. We finished it, we bought it, we completely redid the property, and came out to be super great. Although there is a huge story behind it, and that's exactly what I would like to share with you here today, right? So first and foremost, for the ones that are new to Luna Fires, just know that our daily experiences, epiphany moments, master ninja tips that I get to experience on a daily basis come here to share them with you so that you can continue to become better as a real estate investor, okay? Now, as I share the story, please, I ask you to go ahead and leave me a message on the chat and let me know three very simple things. For instance, number one, what is it that you take? What is your takeaway? Number two, do you agree or disagree with what I'm about to share? And last but not least, make sure that you hit like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so anyways, this is the property. This is the hunted deal. Okay, the hunted deal, and there's two reasons why it's a hunted deal. But by the way, happy Halloween. If you're watching this video, probably you're not trick-or-treating, but anyhow, I won't take much of your time because I want to make sure that I dive right into it. All right, I want to tell you the story. We bought this property, 8,500 square feet house, 3 stories. Listen to this, with an elevator shaft that the prior owner was constructing, with a swimming pool, 4 kitchens, 8 bedrooms, and my apologies, 8 bathrooms, and 7 bedrooms. And the interesting thing is that we actually reduced it, simplified it, because the prior owner who used to own this property in Lodi, California, he was a very wealthy man who left a big portfolio of real estate to his heirs. And it was interesting because we bought 2 out of the entire portfolio. It was an industrial park and then this single family home, which happens to be a mini mansion. But if you know Chuck E. Cheese, all the characters of Chuck E. Cheese, he had them inside this house. Basically, it was like a Chuck E. Cheese, inside a house with all the, the characters, even he was like a mini casino inside with some video games. I mean, you name it. And we had to simplify the house. There was a swimming pool. We had to shut it down, close it down. Instead of 4 kitchens, we kept only 3. Instead of, 8 bedrooms, in this case, we decided to 8 bathrooms, I should say. We decided to knock 1 bathroom down. So we simplified it because it was getting too ugly, too nasty. And it's hunted because for 2 reasons. One, people who used to work there were telling me, Raul, it was so big, 3 stories. It was so big that you could literally be in the, in the basement area. And boy, it'll take you 45 minutes to go from the basement to the middle floor to the top floor, if you truly wanted it to tour the entire house from inside out. And people, used to get scared. And they used to tell me, Raul, I hear voices. And I would go there by myself, alone. And I tell them I never hear voices. I think that they're just making, things up. And it was interesting. I think that they were scared. They were probably working super late night, and they were, maybe didn't have light or something. But anyways, that's one of the reasons why it was called the haunted house. The second reason is because we went through an entire journey, ladies and gentlemen. We bought this thing. And, few days after we bought it, we learned, that we were going to, that we were going to we were not going to make it with a budget that we had. And it was interesting because I'm going to give you the lessons that I learned very quickly here shortly. But anyways, it took us 18 months, 3 times longer than what we thought. It took more money to renovate, more than twice, way much more than twice than what we thought. And 18 months having to pay for everything, from first loan, second loan, I mean, you name it, to basically, selling it to a wonderful family who I know they're enjoying it beyond their wildest dreams, to us losing over $500,000. So we lost $500,000. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this openly is because I want you to learn from the mistakes of others, from the situation, in this case from us. What a better time than doing it on Halloween. So happy Halloween for from wherever you are, because we're going to be talking about the haunted deal. And the haunted deal happens to be because people used to hear voices, which I never was able to hear, but that's what I heard from, some of the people that used to work there in the construction. And second, it was a haunted deal because basically came and hunt me down with, losing 500, a little over $500,000. Now, if this was my only deal, I could have gone broke by now. Thank God that it was not the only deal. It was the moment that I told my wife, I said, Rosie, you know what? I'm going to go out and literally, we got to believe, and believe much bigger, have a bigger vision, and be able to take action in a very massive way. And it's a blessing. And I can tell you today that it's a true blessing, even though the deal wanted it to hunt us. What are the lessons that I learned? Number one, never buy the biggest house on the freaking block. The average home size in the area is 3,500 square feet. This was more than twice. Big mistake. Second lesson that I learned, that thinking that just because the structure is bigger, you're going to spend less in the construction work. Totally, completely a lie. Number three, believing the real estate listing agents or any agent and not verifying your own numbers. The reason why I say this is because the listing agent who sold me this property, also was a licensed contractor. And he basically, claimed, hey, Raul, you can do this with $250,000. And we ended up spending over $650,000, so guess what? The other lesson, the fourth lesson that I learned was not doing at least minimum 3 quotes, construction quotes, renovation quotes or more. Okay. And then I got a list here. So I'm going to show you, and not literally, not doing the three quotes that I mentioned to you, focusing more on the profit than on the risk. Listen to what I said, focusing more on the profits than on the risk. Okay. And then last but not least is that, I was so focused on a desired outcome, even if it meant, learning and losing, which is stupid. I was so focused on, making sure that I wanted to make X amount of money on this property because I got an offer before I started renovation. And it was going to be like, it was, I think I was going to make like, $10,000, $15,000 or something like that. And I declined it. I said, no, what a freaking mistake. Why? Because oftentimes we think we're going to make more, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have it there. The hunted deal wanted it to hunt me, but it couldn't. And the reason why it couldn't, because the hunted situation didn't know that I can think much bigger, that I can believe much bigger, and that I can act much bigger. And the true light lies in your belief, in your faith. Understand what I just said. The true brilliance, the true light lies on your belief, on your faith. And if you actually take that belief and faith with massive higher action, let me tell you, you can literally jump any challenge that you're going through. So anyways, happy Halloween from wherever you are. Just wanted to take a quick moment to share with you, obviously, about this deal. Certainly didn't broke me. Certainly, gave me some huge lessons. Certainly taught me lessons that today I pay extreme attention to, like the ones that I just shared. All I ask, share down below. Take a quick moment, ladies and gentlemen, to share down below. What is it that you take, from this live? All I can tell you is today, it's a wonderful family that it's enjoying this property, that I can tell you straight out, it became their dream home. And yet I'm just so happy for that. I'm so happy and grateful for them. But nevertheless, I had to learn. I had to grow up. I had to man up and say, this is not gonna make me quit, but rather is gonna ignite me to go and crush it big, to complete it, to be responsible, to literally just cover over cover all the expenses and cover everybody who was involved. And we did it. We completely did it. So just understand that situations like that are going to happen if you're not paying attention. But now, if you are actually getting prepared, ladies and gentlemen, what's about to happen in the next 24 months in the economy, in the real estate field, I'm going to tell you, if you are doing the right thing, you're preparing yourself right now, okay? You're learning how to identify great deals, and you're willing to take, massive action, instantly. Now, if you are in that position, congratulations, because what's going to happen in the next 24 months, it's going to be full of opportunities, but there's also going to be full of people that are going to be in a desperate mode, in a situation that you and I, don't, we're not creating it. It just happens to be because of all the crap that is being going around, with what the government is doing. But anyways, we just need to be obviously in the outlook, because if they were not creating mess ups, then there were not, there wouldn't be opportunities. Okay. So anyhow, you want to continue learning, go ahead and go to my website, raullunaacademy.com. I offer obviously some free, sessions, as well as, paid ones. Thank you, virtual hug. And always remember that there's always more. Okay. That there's always a better way. And truly, it at the end, it truly just depends on you. Thank you so much. We'll get to see you next time.